Is it worth going to small claims court for $2,000? Hello, everyone. If you're wondering, is it worth going to small claims court for $2,000? Especially when you're owed money but the amount isn't large enough to warrant expensive legal fees. Today, we're diving into whether filing a claim for $2,000 in small claims court is the best option for you. Understanding small claims court. First, let's understand small claims court. Small claims court offers a simple and inexpensive way to resolve disputes, usually for amounts between $500 and $10,000, depending on the area where you are living. You can file your case by yourself and do not need to hire any attorney. Some common types of minor disputes are property damage, return of security deposit, disputes with mechanics over poor workmanship, disputes with airlines, landlord/tenant disputes, money owed, personal loans, contracts, unpaid invoices, minor car accidents, disputes with home warranty companies, disputes with contractors over remodeling or home repairs, disputes with insurance companies, disputes with moving companies, disputes with telemarketers and robocallers, disputes with towing companies. If you assess the possible benefits and worries before submission, small claims court can be a great option for payment of a $2,000 claim due to its cheap fees and rapid resolve. Filing fee and cost. The filing fee is generally from $30 to $100 for a $2,000 claim. The process serving fee is around $30 to $50. You may have to pay some additional costs for preparing the case. So overall, it usually costs $10 to $150 for submitting a small claims complaint. Key considerations before filing small claims for $2,000. But before you make that decision, consider these key factors. 1. Cost-effective and affordable. One of the main benefits of small claims court is its affordability. Filing fees typically range from $30 to $200, depending on the area where you are living, with extra costs like serving the defendant typically between $40 and $125. These costs are much lower than getting a lawyer for any other issue. 2. Time commitment. But what about the time commitment? Small claims cases are scheduled to be simpler than other court actions, but they still need your time and care. Filing paperwork, checking link in the description, making proof, joining hearings, and maybe appealing a judgment can take some hours or even weeks, depending on the complication of the case. 3. Collectability. Now, there's the question of collectability. Winning a judgment does not guarantee payment. If the defendant cannot or will not pay, you may need to enforce the judgment through wage garnishment or lien placement, which can involve additional legal steps and costs. Evaluating the defendant's financial situation before filing is critical. 4. Possibility of full recovery. If you win your case in small claims court, you are typically allowed the full amount you're seeking. For example, if you are filing a $2,000 lawsuit for a contract breach and the court rules in your favor, you will be awarded the $2,000 plus any applicable court fees. This makes small claims court a smart option when you want to recover the full amount of your doubtful obligation. Challenges in pursuing a $2,000 claim. But what about the challenges? There's no guarantee you'll win, and sometimes enforcing a judgment can be difficult, especially if the defendant refuses to pay. 1. Uncertain outcome. Small claims courts offer to file the minor disputes, but there is not any guarantee that you will win the small claim case or not. The court will decide the judgment depending on the proofs that you show in the court. If the defendant provides the court with stronger proof against you, you may lose the case. It can also be a challenging situation when you are filing your case by yourself and your defendant takes the help of an attorney. 2. Limited scope and case types. Small claims courts only deal with assured types of claims. They generally deal with disputes over money, damage to property, contract disputes, and other types of minor disputes. If your claim includes difficult legal issues, such as particular injury or business disputes, it may be outside the jurisdiction of small claims court. Moreover, you must follow the limits of the courts to file the small claims. Most courts deal with the claims for amounts up to $2,500 or $5,000. 3. Time and effort involved. As small claims court is quicker than regular courts, it still needs a time commitment. You will be required to make your case, collect proof, attend hearings, and maybe follow up on implementation of any judgment. If you're unable to gather your $2,000, you may face extra problems, which could require further time and struggle. 4. Difficulty in enforcing a judgment. When you win your case, it does not mean you will get your claimed amount automatically. You will need to put in an effort to collect your judgment. If your defendant does not pay the judgment, you need to take more actions to get the amount. Judgment can be a problematic procedure, mainly if the defendant is reluctant or incapable of paying. Preparing your case for $2,000 claimed amount. 1. Documentation is key. Strong evidence significantly increases your chances of winning. Collect agreements, receipts, photos, emails, and any other certification that supports your claim. Confirm that your description is clear and supported by these resources. If you are unclear about documentation, you can visit the link in the description. 2. Know the law. You must know the laws and rules before starting your case. Each state has different rules and regulations for every lawsuit. You must understand the rules and laws of the state where you are going to file the case. 3. Be prepared to represent yourself. As you will file your case by yourself, you need to practice the arguments to present in the court. You must prepare your strong points and also prepare yourself for answering the question the judge can ask you. Practical benefits for filing claim of $2,000 beyond money. Filing a case can help as a warning against coming misbehavior by the defendant. Even if full rescue isn't possible, the lawful record can influence their status and inspire them to resolve. Is it worth going to small claims court for $2,000? Analyzing the pros and cons. There are many advantages to filing the small claims in small claims courts, but there are also some drawbacks that cause the case to fail. For example, if everything is going well and you know all the rules, but the defendant has no money to pay, it will create some issues to collect the judgment. Too many filing and service fees can also create issues. In the end, for certain individuals, the benefits of defending a lawsuit may not be worth it. The effort, stress, and emotional energy required can be overwhelming. Alternatives to small claims court for filing a $2,000 worth claim. Before heading to court, consider these alternative dispute resolution methods. Mediation includes an unbiased third party who supports both sides reaching a mutually acceptable agreement. It's frequently quicker and less expensive than court. A strongly worded demand letter can sometimes resolve disputes without legal action. This document outlines your claim, the amount sought, and a deadline for payment. Direct negotiation with the defendant might result in a compromise that saves time and money for both parties. Real-life examples. Now let's see some real-life examples. Scenario 1. Security deposit dispute. Because of the home's owner's failure to pay back a $2,000 security money, an investor filed a complaint in court. The landlord won the case and was issued the full refund because she had taken a photo of the house before going out. This reflects the obvious validation and confirmation level. Scenario 2. Breach of contract. A builder who refused to complete $2,000 worth of work was given the money by a person. Due to the builder's absence of items of value, this individual found it difficult to carry out the order even after obtaining the legal dispute. This displays the current state of collecting ability research. So, is it worth going to small claims court for $2,000? It depends on your situation. If the cost and time are manageable and you have solid evidence, it might be worth pursuing. If you need information about document preparation, visit smallclaimsfillings.com, your trusted partner for fast, affordable document preparation in all 50 states. Have a nice day.